Hey everybody, it is Liz with Liz Art Finds, and we are here today with haul number 26. Before we get into that, I want to, number one, wish all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day. Number two, wish my mom a happy Mother's Day. Number three, welcome in all the new subscribers. Thank you guys for jumping in. And for everyone who hasn't subscribed, please feel free to hit the subscribe button, hit the like. For everybody, hit the like button. Please feel free to comment. That definitely will help me to grow the channel. Okay, so first I want to get into what sold this past week. So as I mentioned, I teased a little bit last week. The Potosi bird, I knew it was on the verge of selling, and it sold. So I paid $5.99 for this beautiful Italian rare Potosi quail with fledglings. I sold it for $425. So my profit on this one piece was $358.12. That's after the cost and after all of the other fees and whatnot. So that was really exciting. And I had two other small sales. I sold my little hedgehog cheese board. I had bought that for $3.99. I sold it for $14 for a profit of $11.21. And then I sold my Peace Frogs tie-dye t-shirt, which I had bought for $4.99, and it sold for $12.99 for a profit of $6.91. So good week. I was kind of happy with that. All right, so one other thing before we get into the actual haul this week. I told you guys last week, I'm going to remind y'all again, I have a cat sale coming up. My first sale on knickknacks. That will be on Thursday night, May 16th at 8:00 p.m. on the dot. I'm going to start a couple minutes early just to get myself set up and to see if I can simulcast in other places, etc. So right at 8-ish, we're actually going to start selling. I don't know how long it's going to take. I only have maybe 16 items so far. It might only be a half an hour show. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to find a few more cats this week. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, so hop on over to Knickknacks. It's knickknacks.net, and you'll see this poster, and it'll say live, and you'll just click on that, and you'll see me, hopefully. You may need to register. I'm not sure how it works. If you're going to buy on Knickknacks, you definitely have to register. So I'm just not sure how the rest of it works quite yet. So anyway, just wanted to let you know about that. And then also my second show, I think I mentioned also, will be on the 25th of May, and that will be part of a zoo train. And on that one, I'm doing fish, and that will be also a very short 30-minute slot. All right, let's get into the haul. Lots of stuff. It was a mixed bag of a week, I must say. There's a couple good standouts, a lot of things, especially once I did some research. And we'll just get going. Let's just get going. So the first thing I did last week was I went to the local cat and dog thrift. And what they do, they support local cat and dog rescues, and they have a thrift shop associated with it. So they tend to price things a little high because it's a charity. But they also have a lot of cats and dogs stuff. So I did find some cats, and I'm going to show you these things today, or those things today. So the first thing I picked up, or the first thing that I have listed anyway, are these adorable cat salt and pepper shakers. Okay, now I did pay up a little for these guys. I paid total between the two, because they were marked separately, I paid $7.99 for the set. This one has a little butterfly, so cute. This one actually still has its original sticker. So these are from 2004. So they're vintage. It's a company called Popular Creations from New Jersey, and they were imported from China. So anyway, I paid like $8 for it. So I have them listed at $8 in the auction right now as a starting price, and they may sell for $8, which is fine. Because right now I'm trying to kind of introduce people to me and who I am and stuff. So anyway, there was that one. So if I don't sell them and I actually like list them somewhere, they'll probably sell around 15. Actually 15 to 24. There were some that have sold for 24 of that particular set. So we'll see how it goes. You know, could be anything. Oops, this is not, well, I'll do this one next. I also found this weird cat vase. It's a little bud vase and it is Studio Pottery. I cannot read the signature, but it is signed Studio Pottery. It's the cutest and weirdest thing that I could say that I've seen in a while. So it's curvy. It's a cat. It's really unique. So for the cat lover, there's this guy. I paid again, no, I paid $3.99 for this guy. I have him listed as an $8 start, I think. If he sells outside of that, it's 12 to 18-ish, maybe a little more, depending. I need to figure out who that artist is because that could affect the price. I also picked up this cat. This is a metal cat holding sign. It's still got its original tag. It is all in German. This is a German cat. It is a garden sculpture. It's hollow at the bottom, but it is metal and it can be indoors or outdoors. It's considered a garden sculpture. And oh shoot, I forgot to print out. I typed up what the, oh, you know what? It's in a note in my phone and I'm recording on my phone. Anyway, I translated the tag. And it basically just says that it's handmade in Germany from a small factory, or a factory of small metal artisans. The people aren't small. The factory is small. Small factory of metal artisans. Yeah, that's it. And that they're soldered together and, you know, with a high level of craftsmanship. And basically it just says, you know, we hope you love your new sculpture. So anyway, he's holding a sign that's like a heartbeat, cats in love. So he, I don't know, just all about loving the cats. So maybe outside the house, if you have this like at your door, it can say, hey, I'm a cat lover here. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I paid up for him a little bit. I paid $7.99 for him. So I have him listed again, starting at $8. These were only new, like, on the German sites and stuff, they're selling new-ish similar ones, around 17 euros, which is around 19.95 or something like that, or 17 and change euros. So it was around, you know, 19.95 new. So 12 to 15 on him. If he sells for 8, I will still be very happy. So got him. Again, you know, it's a slightly different plan. I don't know, for this first show. So anyway, all right, then I picked up a non-cat thing. I picked up this hummingbird tile. This is Tessidra Designs, Clio Tessidra, either trivet or wall design. It's actually really cute. It's a hummingbird feeding its little babies. I paid $5.99 for that. The solds are around 15. Listeds are around 15 to 25. I think 15 is a reasonable amount to expect for that on eBay. And I also made a little mistake. I picked up this really cool shirt. It was on super sale. It was like 70% off and it cost me like $3.25. It's a cachet shirt. It is vintage. It is so me. And I was like, oh, that'll fit me because it's a large. I wear a medium. It looked like it was a little shrunk. It's a lot shrunk. Unfortunately, the tag on this says like hand wash only. And unless this was intended to be a kid's large, which I don't think it was, I think the previous owner, this says hand wash cold, line dry. I don't think that's how they took care of it. So I think that's why it was at the thrift. So it was really tight, even though it's a large. So I'm kind of sad because it's a really cool shirt and I did buy it for myself for $3.24, but I will need to sell that. But I think that would be like an extra small at this point. So probably should have tried it on in the store. So anyway, that was the animal rescue thrift place. I went to another thrift, and this is another one that I'm just not sure about yet. I picked up this sculpture. I thought it was brass. It may be brass. It is a turtle dragon on a bunch of coins. It is a prosperity wealth type statue. Other listings talk about how it's got something inside, and if you rattle it around, it does. Well, it also had a piece of tape over the opening at the bottom, which I checked. I kind of untaped to see what was in there, and it's basically sand. So it is just filled with dirt, sand for extra weight. So I'm not sure. So I think it's cast. I think it's a fairly newer piece. I don't think it is as old as I originally thought it was. I paid up for it. I paid $9.99 for it. And prices are all over the place. There are some similars. There are some that look a lot nicer. And it's just really hard to tell because there's some solds for much smaller ones, you know, that are like $9 or $10, which is what I paid. There's others that are $40 and $50, and then there's yet others listed $200, $300, and more. So I don't know. So I've got to ask the experts online and get a little more information on that before I list it. It could be something. It could be nothing. I'm leaning more toward nothing, but I'm really just not sure. So the jury is still out on whether that one was a good buy. Then I picked up a couple other things at another thrift store. This is all the same day. Went on a little shopping extravaganza trying to find cats. I found this pink heart trinket box from Portugal. Okay. I paid $1.99 for that. I think it's probably worth $8 to $10. And this one will probably go on knickknacks. I've got a couple sales I'm thinking about doing. One is hearts. It'll probably go in that one. I was thinking about a trinket box one, but a lot of my trinket boxes are actually hearts. So I think I'm going to do a heart themed sale. And I'm not sure when yet. So probably hold that for that. But I think I said those are worth $8 to $10-ish. I found a small gourd. It's missing its lid. Now I have another one of these, a big one that I'm going to list that doesn't have the middle cut out. That I'm going to list for $40 at some point on eBay. I'm thinking I may include this one with the order as kind of like a freebie. I just didn't want to leave it in the store. It's missing its lid. So this would have had a lid to it and the stem, and you would remove the lid and put it back on. So with the lid, these things I think sell, I think 17 to 20. Let me just check what I wrote down here. I wrote down 15 to 28. There is one just like this, missing the lid, that is listed at $9. I paid 99 cents for it. I wanted to rescue it from the thrift. It's just beautiful, beautiful work. It is signed. It's made in Peru. So yeah, I'm not sure yet on this one. I will either just include it with the other gourd, or we'll do something with it so it's not languishing in the thrift or in a landfill somewhere. So anyway, I'm not sure on that one if I'm going to make any money or not. It's beautiful work. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. Okay, then I found this amazing mug. This is a studio pottery mug. It's got horses on it. They're hand painted on. It's got beautiful glaze work. You can actually see there's additional glaze work over there and over there. And I only saw one online because I can't figure out who did it. It's signed. It is definitely signed. The problem is it's stoneware and it was like etched in. And this is this is worn a little bit. So even when I tried putting like flour in there and I tried putting like cinnamon in there, I tried a few things to try to see it, I couldn't read what it said. So I don't know who the artist is. What I do know is a piece by the exact same artist sold on Etsy for $60. It did not have horses. It was more of a scenic one, but the rest of the glazing and the trees and all of that, this structure here with the trees, was the same. All right, what did I write here? I wrote 35 to 60. I think that's reasonable for this. This one will go either as part of a high-end studio pottery live sale or on eBay. So I'm probably going to hold that for a little bit till I figure out where it's gonna sell, or who the artist is. If I can get that figured out, that would be amazing. But yeah, I think 60 is actually a reasonable amount for that. I saw similar from a potter that's similar, may or may not be the same, where they're selling new around 85. Okay, then I went to another thrift next day. Now we're on next day. I found another cat. Now this is a weird cat. It's a little, I think it's a napkin holder. And again, I would not have picked this up if I were not doing a cat sale. It's really cute. It's made of white clay. It is not signed, which I thought was odd. I think it's a napkin ring. I think it sits on your table and a napkin goes through it. That's what I think. There was only one of them. He's cute. He's weird. And I paid 99 cents for him. So I think he's worth maybe 5 to 8. I don't think much more than that. I'm not sure. But anyway, I got that. I picked up, my black light, is it here? Oh man, I had my black light here and then I moved it to go do something else with. I was looking at some things in the other room. Anyway, I found this snowman cup. The company is called Glow Glories. Oh my gosh, Glow's Glories. I'm pretty sure that's who made this. The carrot glows under black light, like really glows. The rest of it does not, but it's really cool under black light that it just lights up. And I don't have the black light sitting here to show you, so you will have to take my word for it. Or I will be doing some sort of a Christmas in July show in July. This will be there and I will have my black light. So I, again, haven't set that up yet. It's just kind of an idea in my head. Let me keep moving on here so we don't run out of time. I found a tumble up. I have been wanting to find a tumble up. This I think is a newer one. So what is a tumble up, you might add, or you might ask? So a tumble up is a carafe and a cup that's kept at the bedside. So it looks like that. And you fill it with water. So at night you don't need to get up to get a drink of water. Super clever. There are some beautiful ones out there. I've seen some bohemian cut glass ones. I've found out in the wild parts of them. I've never found the whole. I've found like just the carafe or just the cup. So this is the first time I actually found a whole. It's just painted glass. So it's not, I don't believe it's as valuable as some of the beautiful cut glass ones that you might find. I also don't believe it's as old, but I don't know. I only paid 99 cents for the whole piece. So that was definitely worth a pickup. The solds on the painted ones on Worth Point, I'm seeing at 18 to 28. So it's not a terrible pickup. The paint is still in really good condition on this. So I think, 18 I think is reasonable. I might list it at 18 and accept an offer if there's one lower. Because I paid 99 cents for it. So that was really exciting. I'm really excited to have my first tumble up. And then I got the T. Coleman metal print. So this is another one I was so excited about. I spent $2.99 for it, and it's metal, so it's going to reflect. So you may not be able to see it all that well. So if it's in good condition, they sell 35 to 55, and I paid, what did I say, $2.99 for it. When I got home, under certain light, I realized there's a crease. So I don't know if y'all can see, and you're not going to be able to see, or maybe if I, anyway, I'm not sure. There's a crease down it that comes all the way down here. So that may affect the value. So I'm not sure on that. Again, 35 to 55 in good condition. I would say maybe 18-ish in that condition. But again, we'll see. All right, so then, I don't know if you guys watch Berner Brothers. I have become a big fan of Jacob Berner and watching him sell really good quality stuff, and sometimes some costume jewelry and whatnot. I got caught up in the frenzy and I bought a lot of costume jewelry. I thought I was bidding like $35, but it was at a, what do you call it? Where they do the sudden death. And so between the time you touch the thing and swipe it, other people are bidding like crazy, and the computer just keeps upping it. So I'm looking at it, says 35, I hit it, I swipe, and I paid like $57 for this lot of costume jewelry. Most of it is not worth much. However, in that lot, there was a Taxco Sterling cuff with a tiger's eye, vintage from Mexico. So I listed it yesterday on eBay for $65, which is why I have the picture of it, and I can't show you the actual piece because I still wrap my stuff when I list them. So I paid $57. I'm hoping to get that back from selling this, and then all the other pieces I'm lotting up into smaller lots of likes. You know, I'm selling like the stretch bracelets, a lot of like 12 of them for $10 or something like that. And I'm going to lot up the other things. So my hope is that I'll double my money from that purchase, but I never ever intended to spend that much. So you live, you learn, right? But it was fun. It was exciting. It was just a little more than I wanted to spend. So anyway, okay, so now we get to some good, exciting stuff. And I'm sorry I made you wait so long for all the exciting stuff. I went to a church rummage sale. I got up at like, well, I had to be there. They opened at 7 a.m. and I was there when they opened. And I found one really good thing. Like, I was like super excited about. So check this out. This is, and you may not even be able to see it. It is a cruet, okay, glass, crystal. It's pressed glass, but the artist, her name is Anne Cinchon, C-I-N-C-H-O-N. All right, let's see if you can see that at the bottom. I don't know if it's going to focus on it. It's a little metal plate that says Anne Cinchon, or Cichon, C-I-C-H-O-N, Dallas. Cichon? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. So anyway, Anne has been an artist for 30 years. Her earlier work is all this embellished glassware. So she did like silver and stone, just really detailed, beautiful work embellished onto glass, crystal. And there's not much information that I can find on her. I know she lives in Dallas. I know she currently is selling jewelry. She makes jewelry now and sells jewelry. She has moved away from this type of work. Her pieces like this I found on WorthPoint because there's not a lot current on eBay. They're selling like similar to this, 45 to 75. I didn't see one this exact shape. There's similars in different shapes. She's got giant ice buckets that sell for a little bit more. But the work on this is really beautiful, and I think 45 to 75 is a reasonable amount for what this can bring in. and I paid $5 for this piece. Okay, so I was really excited about that one. I also didn't pick up, there was a beautiful old, like Asian, like a lithograph, not a lithograph, it was like a screen printing piece that had been framed, and it had a auction house evaluation, like on the back, like in an envelope on the back. And I had it in my cart, my little baskety thing. And I decided that I had enough art around here that I need to get sold before I would buy more art. I think they were selling it for 15 or 20, and the valuation on it was like 220. And I just told a couple other people, like, hey, this is here if you know, if it's something you're interested in. But I chose to leave that one. The rest of the stuff I picked up, I was excited about at the time. Oh, there's one other really good piece. This piece. So this is what they call bubble glass. Okay, it's Italian, I believe. Oh yeah, let me see. I wrote up. Hang on. Okay, so from the Glass Dictionary, bubble glass is glass containing numerous bubbles of all sizes. Okay, so you can, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see with the ring light. Produced by adding bicarbonate of soda, gasoline, or other substances to the melted glass. The bubbles make the glass semi-opaque. This is pretty opaque, and give the surface an irregular texture. Okay, so that's what this is. This is bubble glass. I only see two other pieces similar on Worth Point, and they're mostly lemonade pitchers, which this is clearly not unless it's for dolls. So those are going to be obviously a bit higher than this in value. Bubble glass. So I paid $1 for the bubble glass pitcher. The ones I'm seeing are, I think the ones that were lemonade pitchers were in the 40s. So I'm thinking 20s, 30s maybe on this piece, maybe as low as 18. But, you know, if it's Italian glass, I mean, the Pontil's pretty sharp down here. It's not signed. I need to get more information on it, but I think it's got some value, and I only paid $1. So I was excited about that. I picked up a little small South American carved ceramic vase here. And this one has a parrot and flower and another parrot and flower. So I sold, and the other flower is blue. I sold a bigger piece similar to this recently. So I was excited to pick this up. I am going to be doing one of my other collections of things that I've got for knick-knack shows is a bunch of bird stuff. So I'll be doing a bird show, and this will probably be in that. Again, no date yet for that. I paid $1 for that. That's probably worth 8 to 12 because it's so small. Okay, then I picked up a couple things that I don't know, I don't know. I loved this. This was a pottery bowl. It is raku. You can see that it is black. It is signed with an F at the bottom. I don't have more information on the artist. There were a couple, it looked like the previous owner had put a couple little things on here to keep it so it would sit flat because it's rounded at the bottom, but it's also got this rim. So I think this was intended to be in some sort of a wire, like a holder kind of thing. So again, I got to do a little more research on this guy. I bought him for $1. Probably worth at least 18. I see things similar, 18 to 48. If I can find a cool wire stand for it, it might go on the higher side. I also picked up one I probably shouldn't have. 7 in the morning, I'm not awake. I picked up this cute pottery bowl. It says MCCC, and then it has a signature of a name up here. So I think this is a community college piece. And what's fun about it is it's not even. One of the sides comes up a little bit. It's wheel thrown. The glaze work is really nice. I see this, if I keep it, it will go underneath one of my plants. If I sell it, let's see, I don't know, 8 to 12, just because it's so wonky. It could be a little more. It was fun. I paid $1, so no worries there. And then the other piece I picked up in that church sale, and I'm running out of time and I have a lot more to show you. I picked up this candlestick. It was marked 50 cents, and I could see that there was a signature at the bottom. I could not read it. You probably can't see it at all. It's etched into the glass. I thought maybe it was like Orphors or Baccarat, or one of the higher end crystal things, because it was so clear, and it said 50 cents. When I went to check out, she basically charged me $2. She said 50 cents was ridiculous. She said, well, I don't know who put the price on that. That's wrong. So like, okay. They were raising money for some missionary work and for a trip. So I was okay with the $2. However, it turns out to be Mikasa Platinum, and maybe worth 12, maybe worth 15. Let's see what I wrote here. I think a set of 2 sold for $35. It is Mikasa Platinum Spectrum. So, 12 to 15. I think the price has actually come down a little bit. So, not the greatest pickup, but I'll actually make some money on that as well if it sells. All right. I also, if you watch Burner Brothers, you see me bidding sometimes. This was another one I bid on. Now, one of the things I do in my not full-time job time is I actually have another side hustle selling some jewelry that's associated with it's a company owned by Swarovski. And so I have a very soft spot for Swarovski. And he was selling this Swarovski puffins sculpture, which normally sells around $120. One of the creatures had a broken beak. I bought it for $35, knowing full well that I could repair it, which I did. My repair is not exactly perfect, so I'm going to keep this for me. So I didn't include it in my totals. But to get a $120 Swarovski sculpture for $35 for my collection, I was really excited about. So I just wanted to show you that. And then I went a couple days later, went to another thrift, and I found something that I'm most excited about, and I saved it to the end. I found a sculpture. I'm gonna pick this up. I don't know if it's complete or if it's missing some things, but I'm gonna show you anyway. It's a bicycle sculpture, okay? And it's got some veggies and a little basket, and it is signed here, 2015, and that signature is J. Lewk, L-E-W-K. So I looked up his other work. Oh gosh. And his sculptures sell between $250 and $350. So I was really excited. So let's see, I wrote some stuff about Jim here. So he lives in Florida. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to share a whole lot about other artists, but for this grouping, I just really haven't been able to find who some of the artists were. So for Jim, just like Anne Ciccone, I know who she is. There's just nothing, there's just no information to be found on her. Same with Jim, although there is a little bit. There was a bio that I found. So the sculptures are made of copper, welded with patina and a polychrome finish. The base is fossil coral from Key Largo, formed at the beginning of the Ice Age, 125,000 years ago. So he has blocks of this fossil coral. The beauty of this ancient stone is its fossil imperfections. And then it says the balloons are hand-blown glass. So now this does not have balloons. However, you see how there's, let's see if you can see this. There's this thing here that's like this tube. So on some of his sculptures, there's like a wire that goes through the tubes, and it has these glass balloons. So I'm thinking that's missing on this. And I'm also thinking there may have been a rider on this. I'm not sure. There have some that he's done that are just bikes, and some of them are bicycles with riders. Did I print that? I was intending to. Nope, I did not. Okay. So they're beautiful glass balloons on wire. So what I've done is I've emailed Jim, because there was the AOL address that was provided on his website. And I sent him a picture and I'm like, hey, can you tell me if this is complete as intended and designed, or if it's missing something, and if so, what's it missing? I'm expecting him to tell me that it's missing the balloons. If it is missing the balloons, I will see if I can buy the balloons to add to it, or at least disclose that it's missing balloons. If it's missing its rider too, I'm not sure. I don't think it is, because it doesn't look like there's any points where something could have been attached. So I'm not sure. But anyway, Jim Lewks, born in Troyes, France, and raised in New York, his interest in art dates from pre-grammar school. After moving to Miami, he studied art at the University of Miami, Florida, and in several European countries. By 1970, he was working full-time as a metal sculptor. Even though he's familiar with current trends and techniques in art, he prefers to be an outsider artist and has developed a style that is very much his own. Then it just mentions a whole bunch of publications that have included his work, and he's received over 300 awards from juried art shows and exhibited his work in over 100 galleries and museums, including Miami Art Museum, the Supreme Courthouse, Museum of Science Fine Art Show, Lowe Museum, etc., etc., etc. So that was so exciting, because it's like, you walk in, you look at it, you're like, that's something. It was only marked $8. I definitely knew I had to have it. And hopefully he gets back to me and we can figure out more. And if he does, I will let you guys know what I learn. And that will be living with me for a little while till we get that figured out. So I think, oh, nope, a couple more things real quick here. I picked up a couple sand paintings. These are, I believe, are Navajo sand paintings. They were actually, I say I paid $8 for that sculpture. I actually paid $6.40 because they took one look at my gray hair and they gave me a senior discount. So that was cool. And these guys were marked $3 and I think I paid $2.40 for them. One is signed, one is not. They are meant to be together, I believe. They were together. They are on similar backing boards. I'm not sure. I think the ones I see listed are listed 15 to 20 online. And then one other thing I'm going to show you, I picked it up actually after, like it'll be with the stuff that I show you next week. But I'm going to be including him in my cat sale. So I wanted to show you, because hopefully by next week when I do my video, he'll be gone. This is a cat sculpture made of forks and spoons, kind of unique and different. I don't know much about it, other than there are others listed online, so he's not a one of a kind. I paid $1.99 for him. The listeds are $12 to $24. However, there is one listed already on Knickknacks for $46. I think $12 to $24 is reasonable. I will probably start him $6 for the auction. So anyway, that's that. That is all, I think I got everything. So I paid a total of, not counting my puffins, because I'm keeping those, I paid $132.32. That does include the Navajo jewelry, the $57 crazy bid. But even still, I think that everything together, even estimated low, if this sculpture does well, I still think it's going to be around $600. I think I'm going to be able to double my money on the jewelry, and I think some of these other pieces will do pretty well. So, I added it all up. It came to around $600. Again, estimating everything on the low side. So we'll see. So anyway, thank you. And I'm sorry I went over on time. This is a really long video. Thanks for sticking with me. Please like, please subscribe. And come see me on Thursday night on Knickknacks. I will try to simulcast here, but I can't promise it's going to work because I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, wish me luck. I'll see y'all soon. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.